Hi, I'm Laili. I'm going to do an introduction of economic activities of Bajau people in Sabah. In Western Sabah, most Bajau settlements are located inland for the immediate coastline, chiefly along the lower rivers draining the western coastal plain. For Bajau Laut, fishing communities are characteristically located close to the area of coral reef, submerged terrace, bays, channel or stretches of inshore water sheltered by fringing reef island and coastal headland. The marine life exploited by fishermen is diverse, including over 200 species of fish, large varieties of shellfish, dolphin and other sea mammal. Sea turtle, taken for their shell and egg sac. For Sama Bajau, which is land Bajau, the majority practice farming, engage in trade and rear water buffalo, cattle and horses. In addition, some travel inland annually to join interior communities in rice harvesting in return for a share of the crops. For agriculture or partially agriculture group, the main crop grown are rice, cassava, maize, banana and as cash crops, copra and fruit. Another activity that serves a dual purpose is climbing coconut tree. Children find it fun and exciting to climb the trees and fetch the coconut for making fresh coconut water. They may offer service coconut tree climbing so visitors can enjoy the fresh coconut water.
Fishing activity varies with tides, monsoonal, local winds, currents, migration of pelagic fish, and the monthly lunar cycle. Most drift nesting is done on falling tides, with favorite periods coinciding with the new, full and dark or late rising phases of the moon. During moonless nights, fishing is often done with lanterns using spears and handlines. Catches include skates, cuttlefish, and squid. Ebb tides are important for gathering, diving for shellfish, and inshore and bed netting. In exposed areas, monsoonal winds are often require seasonal shift in fishing grounds and occasionally suspension of fishing during high seas. Today fishing is primarily for market sale. Most fish are preserved by salting or drying. In villages located close to the urban areas, landing may also be sold directly to retail vendors or to local middlemen for export.
So another economic activities from the Bajau is industrial arts. Shore and land-based groups tend to specialize in different lines of trade and craft production. Some communities, for example, act as centers of boat building, pottery making, weaving, blacksmithing, or inter-island transport and trade. Other specialized crafts include the manufacture of kajang mats and roofing, pandanus mats, sun hats, and foot covers, shell bracelets and other ornaments, lime and salt making, and skilled carpentry and wood carving. The next one is land tenure. Among boat dwelling and other strongly maritime groups, fishing grounds are available for common exploitation. For the Bajau Laut, fishing areas typically overlap, making possible cooperation between families from neighboring moorage groups, particularly during large-scale fish drives. Among more settled fishermen, fish trap and leaf net sites and artificially constructed fish corrals are subject to individual ownership. Otherwise, as with other groups, fishing grounds are unowned. Historically, both nomadic communities were without land or other property ashore, except for small burial islands. Here, the dead of several neighboring moorage groups were buried. In addition, community members were allowed access to sources of fresh water, usually a well or spring, and the use of immediate shoreline, which provided certain supplies such as bamboo for masts and poles. In return for the economic services as client, among shore and land-based groups, virtually no form of corporate ownership exists, and houses and both residential and farmland are held and inherited under individual rights of tenure.
Hi, I'm Z. I would like to continue talk about the Bajau economies activities. As mentioned before from Laili and Fatin, there are two different parts of activities, which is land and the sea. From the land-oriented Sama live in fully land-based farming communities. For their agriculture, the trade occupies a central place in the Bajau economy. They exchanging dry fish, salt, lime, shell ornaments, other coastal products, and agriculture goods. For the coconuts are raised for the commercial production of copra. So for the other economies activities, which are rearing buffalo, cattle and horses. Traveling is also to the interior communities in rice harvesting in return for a share of the crop. So for the sea baja economy activities, fishing is the main activities for them. While many have settled on land or water villages, some are still nomadic boat dealer. Among more settled fishermen, fish trap and live net sites and artificially constructed fish carrels are subject to individual ownership. So fishmonger are the trade occupies a central place in the baja economy. In the historical, the baja were highly valued by the traditional trading states of the region for their specialized sea farming skills.
Social structure in sociology is distinctive stable arrangement of institutions whereby human and society interact and live together. Social structure is often treated together with the concept of social change, which deal with the force that change the social structure and the organization of a society. Bajau or Bajau means man of the sea. This tribal group is known as sea gypsies because they move with the wind and tide. On their small houseboat that called vintas, they can be found in many coast settlements and inhabit the water and the shores. Everything happens at the sea. The extraordinary life of Moken or sea gypsies. The Southeast Asia, the Moken are the semi-nomadic Austronesian people who live in the Mergui archipelago, a group of approximately 800 islands. The sociology starts scattered around west coast of Kuala Penyum to Kudat district, mainly in Tuaran and Kota Belud towns. Kudat district, Bangi Islands, Lutu village, Pitas district along west coast and Mengkubau laut, Manggapun, Dalima, Mapan-Mapan, Pantai Laut, Layang-Layang, Jambangan, Sibayang Laut dan Kini Buangan village. In the system of the sociology itself, they are adapting, assimilating, reflecting mostly their culture and the religion itself. So for Bajau Laut and Arab, Islam is their main religion. To touch bit about that, Islam is a heterogeneous religion that recognizes no authoritative source of doctrinal interpretation like Pope. The lack of authority source of doctrinal interpretation means that Islam lack of hierarchical structure like the Catholic Church, and anyone can interpret the Quran and other religious scriptures any way they like. This makes Islam more egalitarian and democratic in some ways, but also it's easier for Muslim extremists to gain influence and promulgate their view. Muslims believe in the direct communication with God. Even Muhammad was a messenger. Consequently, there are no priests, or holy men, saints in Islam. Every Muslim has equal access to the God, and any Muslim of good character can be leader of prayer at a mosque. So technically, when the culture and the sociology itself lingering around the religion, it reflecting a lot. So mostly the leaders, they tend to be religious and have a strong characteristic of leadership.
Today, I'm gonna present about the society structure of Bajau. Though some Sama Bajau herdsmen have been given honorific titles like Datu, Maharaja, or Panglima by government, they usually only had little authority over the Sama Bajau community. Sama Bajau society is traditionally highly individualistic, and the largest political unit is the clan cluster around mooring points, Relimo. Unlike most neighboring peoples, Bajau society is also more or less egalitarian, and they do not practice a caste system. The individualism is probably due to the general degree nature of their relationship with land-based people for access to essentials like wood or water. When the relationship sours or if there is too much pressure from land-based ruler, the Bajau prefer to simply move on their way. Greater importance is placed on kinship and reciprocal level rather than formal authority for maintaining social cohesion. There are a few exceptions, however, like the Jama Mapun and the Sama Pangutaran of the Philippines, which follow the traditional pre-Hispanic Philippine feudal society with a caste system consisting of nobles, notables, and commoners itself, likely introduced by the Sultan of Sulu.
Hi everyone, I would like to talk about the society structure of Bajau people. In the Bajau society, the farming community used to observe with great reverence spiritual rites, which include the chanting during the ceremonial events held prior to planting and harvesting. It was believed that the chants will help to make the land more fertile and guarantee the well-being of the right spirit after each planting season. In practice, the farmer will usually invite a padi bomo to conduct the ceremony and rituals before and after the planting season. Today, the belief in these spiritual rites and chants has wanted. More and more, these farmers no longer observe these spiritual ceremonies before and after planting.